Hello, everybody. It's about that time. Let's go see what's in the fridge today. Hey guys, thanks for stopping by Gregsbeerreviews today. I hope it's going to be a big treat. This is Central Waters Brewing, and they are out of Amherst, Wisconsin. This was sent to me by Brandon. So evidently he's down in Texas, and he can get the Wisconsin beers down in Texas. So can't get them here, especially Central Waters beers. And I have done one or two of their beers before. That somebody has sent me before, so I can't buy them here. So Brandon, thanks a bunch, my friend, my brother, for sending me this beer. This is their Bourbon Barrel Brewers, Central Waters Stout Brewers Reserve malt beverage aged in used oak bourbon barrels. And this is a big, this is a fairly big beer. And they've got a notch, they got the years on the side here, and got a notch on 2015. So basically on this style of beer, that's all we need is the vintage. I don't see the ABV listed on the label. We kind of want to have that so we know how big a beer we're drinking, but I do not see it on here. But they do have the vintages, 2012 all the way through 2018, and 2015 is not. So kind of want to see the ABV on there. So we're going to have to rely on our other sources. Great Beer has it at 9.5. Beer Advocate also has it at 9.5. And Untapped has it at 9.5. I don't have the IBUs listed on any of the three sites. So we do not know the ABV or the IBUs on this beer. So not critical on the IBUs on a stout that's 9.5%, but you know, the more information you got, the better educated decision you can make. So would like to see, they got the vintage on there, like I said. I don't know whether it was done in January of 2015 or December or somewhere in between 2015. So I can't tell you how old the beer is. I'm doing this on the 16th of August 2016. So I don't know if it's at least a year in the bottle, or not quite a year in the bottle, because we don't have the month that it was done in. Day is absolutely not critical on this big of a beer and this style of a beer. But it would be nice to have the month so we know whether it was done in January or December. That's just the way I feel. That's just me, guys. Food pairings for this style of beer to be an imperial or double stout. Cheese and butter, Brie Good Havarti Swiss. It goes well with your chocolate dishes. The meat is beef, smoked meat, game, and grilled meat. Glassware, a pint back and on tumbler snifter. Oversized wine glass, got my favorite snifter, and can be sold for long periods of time. So, without further ado, once again, Brandon, thank you, my brother. I do appreciate it. Bourbon barrel aged beers are one of my favorites, guys. 9.5% stout. Let's get it on. And we're going to stand it up so we can create a little bit of head on this big beer. Doesn't look like it's going to happen though. It's just barely covering the top of the beer. So, not even a quarter finger of head on that one. Over to the light. Not getting a whole lot. There might be some murky brown, ruby red tinges on the bottom of the glass. It looks more brown than it does ruby red on the bottom of the glass there, but pretty dark beer. Good looking beer. Let's get a nose on it. Definitely getting the bourbon. Very nice. Roasted malt. hints of bittersweet chocolate, maybe some coffee in there or some tobacco. And some dark fruit also going on there. Dates, plums, raisins, figs. I'm drooling here. It's time. Let's get it on. Cheers. Cheers, Brandon. Oh, wee. Also getting hints of coconut and vanilla from the barrel. That's freaking awesome, guys. Slight hints of some alcohol in there, but it's a 9.5%. And the bourbon barrel is going to lend a little bit more booziness to the beer, being in a used bourbon barrel. But it is no burning or anything like that. Very pleasant. Big boy's beer, if you will. This is not for the faint of heart. This is not for the newbies. This is not for somebody that's not drank stouts or imperial stouts or doubles. This is for somebody that's had this style of beer before, especially being a bourbon barrel aged beer. If you don't like bourbon, you're not going to like this. I'm going to tell you straight up. There's a lot of people, I hate the taste of bourbon, but don't buy this beer then. If you do like the taste of bourbon, whether you drink bourbon or not, I don't drink it anymore. I used to. But I do like the taste of it in a bourbon barrel aged beer. I do. That's very, very nice. That's very, very nice. That's very damn tasty. Excellent. Most excellent. Brandon, thank you again, my friend. This is damn tasty. And it's right out of the fridge. We're going to let it warm up. It's going to get even better as it comes up to room temperature. Great beer to fire up a nice Maduro wrapped cigar. Hey, I think I will. Glad you asked. All right, guys. Let me let her have a sip, and I'll have to pry it out of her damn little hands. And we'll go outside on the deck and sip on this for a little while. Smoke a stogie. Yeah, I have to take it. I'll be right back. All right, guys, I'm back. Got just a little left. Been sipping on about 30 minutes. Other half loved it. And this you would. I do too. It's a great bourbon barrel aged imperial stout. It's got the vintage on the label. I would like to see the ABV on the label too, so when you pick it up off the shelf, you know how big a beer you're drinking. Or if you have it in a brew pub or a bar somewhere, you know what you're drinking. A lot of times they have that information on a board somewhere to let you know how big a beer you're drinking. And usually the bourbon barrel ages or the bigger beers, they don't usually put a 6% or 7% in a bourbon barrel. Usually it's a 8, 9, 10 or bigger beer in a bourbon barrel. And like I said earlier, that usually adds to the ABV when they age it in a bourbon barrel. And according to what I see on Beer Advocate, they age it for a year and 12-year bourbon barrels. So this is set in a bourbon barrel for a whole year. And it takes up space in the brewery and it costs more. I wouldn't be surprised for this little 12-ounce bottle that it wasn't a $10 to $15 bottle of beer being setting in a barrel for a whole year before they bottle it. But I do like to see, and I know a lot of times that the recipes change from year to year, but you're making a big beer. You're making a expensive beer. We want to see the ABV on the label. I mean, even if it's just on the neck label up here. You could use the same label here year after year and just change this little teeny tag on the top label and put the ABV on it. So there's ways around it, or put another label on the back telling what the ABV is, and if you want to put the IBUs on there, that would help, so you'd know whether you're drinking something in 30 IBUs, 60 IBUs, 90 IBUs, to let you know how bitter the beer is going to be, or just the information that we want to see. ABV, vintage, month would help. Day's not critical on this. and the IBUs. So we'd like to see all three of those bits of information on the label. But they have put the vintage on there, so thumbs up to the guys there at Central Waters for doing that. But just a tad more information than what I've got on this bottle. Brandon, this is freaking awesome beer. If they had the IBUs and the ABV and the month and the year on there, to me, guys, it would be a 10 beer. So, in my humble opinion, even though it's outstanding, I want a little more information on the bottle. Wonderful aroma, guys. The bourbon is there. It's not overpowering, but it's there. You know it's there. A whole year in a bourbon barrel, you're going to get that, especially if it's not had beer in it before. Wonderful. Roasted malt, almost to the burnt characteristics. Hints of bittersweet chocolate, hints of coffee, hints of tobacco, hints of dark fruit. Pretty damn awesome, guys. It hurts my heart to not give this beer a 10, but I want a little more information than what I'm getting on this bottle. I have to go to different websites and try to figure out what the hell I've got. So, bottle chug. To me, guys, this is a 10 beer in a 9 bottle. If it had those 3 bits of information, month and year, IBUs and ABV on the bottom, I would not hesitate to give this beer a 10. But since it doesn't, all it has is the vintage of 2015 and nothing else, I'm not going to give it the 10. I want a little bit more information. So, with that being said, I'm giving this a 9 out of 10. Numeric rating on this, guys, would be a 9. 9 out of 10. Numeric rating 98 or 99. I do appreciate them putting the vintage on there. That's a step in the right direction. But not having any more information on there, knowing that sometimes the recipe changes from year to year, they could still get around that by putting another label on the back telling that information, or the little neck label they've got on here telling that information, and use the same label year after year after year. So that's what I got to say about this one. We'll go over to Beer Advocate. It's a 93 in the outstanding range. It is an outstanding beer, and I think it's better than a 93. And over to Rate Beer says 99 overall, 92 in the style. That number I agree with. I'm right there. I think it's a world-class beer. I think it's an outstanding beer. We just need a little bit more information to get that 10 number. Over to Untapped. Untapped says it's 4.22, which puts it in the A- scale, in my opinion. So, didn't quite get to 5. That's how their number system works over there. But I think it's a tad better than a 4.22. I would probably give it a 4.75. It's or even a little bit better. I wouldn't give it to 5, but I would give it a little bit better than a 4.22. So me and Rate Beer are pretty much in line with this. 99 from them, 98 from me, or 99. I won't hesitate to give it a 99. I think it's that good, guys. It's pretty damn tasty. It's awesome. If I could get this beer and had more information on it, I would purchase this beer. And to be honest with you guys, if it wasn't super pricey, Brandon, you may post in the comments what this beer costs. I'm sure it probably comes in a 4-pack and not a 6-pack, being this big of a beer and being barrel aged. What it costs. If it's not overly pricey, I would probably still buy this beer, even though I don't have the information on there that I want or I think we deserve. I think it's definitely a nice, tasty bourbon barrel aged beer. It's very, very nice. I enjoyed it. Brandon, thank you, my friend. It is very nice. So, with that being said, if you've had this one from Central Waters, the Brewers Reserve Bourbon Barrel Stout, let me know what you think. I thought it was damn freaking tasty. Just want some more information on the bottle than what we're getting. Let me know what you think, guys. See you tomorrow. Let's take something out of the fridge. Come on back. We'll walk in there together. See you then.